tonight we are preparing to cook, and you all are going to have to watch several things this week. I'll be doing several videos this week on Insta stories, and you all will have to go and check those out because the things that we're going to be talking about tonight are either already a video, one of those 330, soon to be 331 videos that are on YouTube, or it is, and yes, take it, it's time for water, or it's on an Insta story. So you all will have to go and check those out. So we're going to be getting ready for this next week. So, sorry, even though we're not cooking, still going to get my hair out of the way because it is hot. It is hot. Remember here I told y'all the weather was beautiful, but it is also humid today because it's getting ready to start raining for the next 2 days. So it is super humid. So even though we're not cooking, still going to pull the hair up. Okay, so new people, get your drink of water. Old people, get your drink of water. Okay. So we're not actually making anything tonight, but we are getting ready for the videos for this next week. So next week, I'm going to be wearing it out. And here's the reason that I'm going to be wearing it out. So, hold on, I forgot to flip my paper over. So one of the reasons we're going to be wearing it out, in my continued efforts to get back to the absolute basics of my now quarter of a century. I'm sorry, Deborah said, what's in your water? It is mango. This is mango green tea. And I just got this across the street. It's Bigelow brand. I don't know if y'all have that or not, but it is mango green tea. Oh, and I will say quickly, new people, this is refrigerator tea, and I make it in a mason jar with just cold water. We use spring water, a bag of tea. You put it in the refrigerator overnight, and yes, there is a chat for that. So in case you haven't been around long enough to hear me say there is a chat for that, there is a chat for that. But you'll have to go back through those 330 videos and find it. Okay. So again, in my continued efforts to get back to the absolute basics of my quarter of a century doing WW. Yeah, 25 years. So Casey's 27, so I have officially been doing WW for 25 years, which is why sometimes I digress and say Weight Watchers. So that's a hard habit to break. But I'm digging out old material. I've been pulling out old weeklies. Of course, we didn't used to call them weeklies back in the day. I've been pulling out old stuff, my notes, looking at old chats. Yes, I go back and watch some of my old chats just to hear, okay, what were we talking about? Is that something I need to get back into? Whatever. Finding old signs, because I like to make the little signs that I flip around and show you different things, like the hashtag bulk it up sign. That one's still up in my kitchen. Note cards, sticky notes, things that I've written to myself, things that I've written to you all. So anyway, I've been dragging some of that stuff back out. So in case you're new and you didn't know, I reached my goal weight in 2014, and I'm sorry, hold on just a second. Liz wants to know what the number is. Oh, the tea chat. Oh, I don't know, honey. I'll have to go back and find it. I will have to go back and find it. I'm really not sure. Pretty sure though that we posted it as a recipe on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. So you might want to go to not to laugh at the chat. Stay here. But go to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com and search on tea, maybe. I don't know. I'll try to look for it when I get home. But in case you're new and didn't know, I reached my goal weight in 2014. So it's been a couple of years ago, but I did actually, so people do make it to goal. In case you didn't know that, it took me forever, up and down and up and down and up and down and up and down. But in 2014, I actually made it to my goal weight. So it can happen, people. I'm just telling you, it can happen. And I stayed there until sometime in 2019. So did really well it wasn't quite 5 years. But did really well for about 5 years, stuck with my habits. I'd already learned, so many things from Weight Watchers. But then my dad became critically ill. So he had been sick, lots of different things on and off. But then he became critically ill. And then within 12 months, my mom was super, super, super ill. And then stupid COVID, still going to keep calling it that. So then stupid COVID happened. And then John's mom and dad got sick, and it has kicked my butt. And don't tell Casey I said butt, because that used to be a bad word in our house. But it literally has. But in the wise words of the British rock band Chumbawamba, in case you don't know who that is, don't really listen to their music. It's the one song of theirs I like. But they have a song that says, I get knocked down, but I get up again. Okay, so I've been knocked down. Sick parent, stupid COVID, sick parents. I've been knocked down, but I get up again, okay? So then John went to the doctor last week, this last week, so that we can get ourselves back on track, because we have literally spent the last 5 years taking care of everybody else. So everybody else has gotten their medication. Everybody else has been to all their doctor's visits. Everybody else pretty much has a, yeah, and Sherry loves that song. Everybody else pretty much, I would sing it, but I can't sing. But everybody else has been taken care of. So we've been doing this for 5 years. So we went to the same doctor that my mom always went to, and my mom loved this doctor, okay? And to say loved is an understatement. So she loved him. And then he's the same doctor that we had John's mom and dad going to, and he's the same one that sent John's dad straight to the hospital when he was there just a complaint, of some issues. And he's the one that realized you are actively having a heart attack and sent him to the hospital. So we're going to keep going to this same doctor. He seems really young to me. Apparently he's old enough to have been the doctor for from one of my parents and for John's parents, but he seems really, young. But John was explaining to him during this visit, and I promise we will actually talk about some food here in a second, but John explained to him during this visit how busy we've been with parents, with work, with moving the business again, with getting Casey Kitchen Center set up, with getting his shop set up, with, on and on and on and on and on, and making sure, again, that everybody is taking care of doctor's appointments, sitting by hospital beds, being a caretaker, administering medications. I think I already said that, driving people to doctor's appointments, on and on and on, just how busy we were making sure that everybody else was taken care of. And Dr. B reminded us, he said, well, if you're on an airplane and it drops in altitude and the oxygen masks come out, he said, what's the first thing they tell everybody? They say, put your own oxygen mask on before you try to help anybody else. Yeah. Okay. I hear you. So he's the same doctor that I'll be going to when I go back to get my first real checkup evaluation, all in, whatever, in about 5 years. So I asked him, pretty please, I said, okay, so since I had to sit here through the whole speech for John about why he's 55, I'm not 55 yet. I'm not even close. I'm not even 54 yet. But, about getting the shingles vaccine and about having this kind of test and blah, 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 and all this other stuff. While I had to sit and listen to all of that, and it's all stuff that needs to be done. But when I had to listen to it, I said, can we just count this as my speech too? So when I come back from my visit like this, can we just say that I've already had all of these speeches and you don't have to give these to me all again? And he said, okay. I don't think he's going to do it. But anyway, so yes, in June, Barbara, but not 55, just 54. But anyways, so he's exactly right, though. So he's exactly right. You have to put your own, let me see. Hold on. Deborah said she went to a meeting. What? She went from 260 to 234? That's awesome. That is so awesome. Okay, I'll go back and read the rest of that here in a little bit. But he's exactly right. He is exactly right. You have to put your oxygen mask on yourself first, and then you can start helping other people. So, okay, so we're going to have to do this. Okay, so, yeah, so I understand. Point taken, Dr. B. Point taken. Okay, so that's why I've been dragging back out these skills. I don't know if y'all know this or not, but in the beginning, my friend Karen and I kept going back and back to WW because for different reasons. We wanted to be thin. We were young at the time. We were young moms. Our children were very small, and so we wanted to be the young, little hot mom in the neighborhood and stuff. And so we had very different reasons for joining back then than I did the time that we joined, that I actually made goals. So when I joined and we made goal, both of my parents were already starting to have some issues. John's parents were doing great, but both of my parents were starting to have some issues, and I was starting to notice some of these, some similarities. And I thought, and as many things as we were having to do with my mom and dad, I thought, I don't want to do that. I don't want to fall into that same trap just because something tasted good when I put it in my mouth, or I was too lazy to get some real food, or whatever. And I successfully got to goal doing that. So all this stuff that I've been going back and looking at, one of the skills that I excelled at during the at goal years, and I will just go ahead and say that the use of air quotes tonight is going to be a lot, And on the typed version of this that Jessica's going to work on, there are a lot of quotations. So just bear with me. That has nothing to do with any checkups or need for medical attention. Okay, I'm okay. I'm not having like Tourette's or anything when I do this. Okay, so, but one of the skills that I excelled at during the at-goal years was to find and make some smart swaps. So I don't think I called them smart swaps like back then, because back then I didn't have a cute name for everything. So I wasn't doing all of this back then, so I didn't have cutesy names that I had made up for everything. So the smart swaps, back then, what I was thinking was, okay, we got to figure this out. Come on, Kelly, we got to figure this out. So I would figure out what things were that I loved, and I would figure out a way to have the things that I loved by reducing the things that I just liked. So if I loved it and wanted to have it and wanted to figure out how to have it, I would plan that into my week or my day or the hour or whatever period of time it was, by eliminating or reducing or changing up things that I just liked, if that makes any sense. So we're going to talk about that. Okay, so again, going to be a lot of air quotes. It has nothing to do with any medical issues we're having. We're all okay. So an example of a smart swap back then would have been, something like choosing grilled nuggets and a fruit cup so that I could have a small order of super hot, super salty French fries. Okay, so I was choosing grilled nuggets and a fruit cup so that I could have a small order of super hot French fries, super hot, good, French fries. Or like eating 0 point foods all day so that I could have a good piece of cake at a wedding or at a birthday party. So notice I said super, air quotes, super hot French fries, or good cake. Okay, I didn't say limp, been sitting over there for an hour, kid forgot they were in the fryer basket, limp, soggy, old French fries. I said super hot French fries. Okay, because I love super hot French fries. I don't even like soggy French fries, but here lately I've just been eating I've been eating whatever anybody hands me. So, and I also didn't say, I said good cake, and a good cake equals my sister's cake or Rita's Bakery cake, or there are a handful of other people who make really good cakes. I did not say, a big box store cake that has that nasty whipped topping icing on it. And y'all know who I'm talking about. I think you know who I'm talking about. I didn't say that, but here lately, I've just been eating, so since my dad got so sick, and then my mom, and then John's mom and dad, and stupid COVID, I've just been eating whatever anybody hands me pretty much. So smart swaps were one of the things that I was really good at. That was a skill that I was really good at. So I didn't, my goal weight success was part of that was about making smart swaps. And bye, Kathy. I don't know where Kathy's going, but bye. Making smart swaps, not mediocre deals like I have in this last few years, but instead of making mediocre deals with myself because I was either tired or sad or mad or quarantined out of a hospital or a nursing facility, you wouldn't believe what you can talk yourself into putting in your mouth when somebody tells you your parent is sick, but you can't go in and see them. So, yeah. So anybody wants to talk to me about wearing a mask and taking a COVID vaccine so that we can go see our loved ones in the hospital or in a nursing facility, come on, just go ahead and come talk to me. So I don't care whether you believe me or not. Some of us needed that a couple of years ago. So this edition, we're going to have several of these. So I think this is what I'm going to focus on for the next few weeks, is some of those skills that I had honed for 25 years or 23 years before all this happened. But I had honed these for 23 years, made it to goal, successfully at goal for over 4 years until all this happened. So I'm getting back to these basics. So I think 2 weeks ago, we talked about getting back to basics. I was kind of hinting, kind of at a theme like that, but I hadn't decided what the theme was going to be. But for this next couple of weeks, we're going to be talking about smart swaps. So I think probably, I don't know, and y'all know I get distracted, so I'll probably change it next week. But the plan for right now is to talk about smart swapping. Okay, so one of the really good things that I was enjoying when I was at Goal is a good salad. So I don't know about you all, but this is Smart Swaps, the salad edition. So this edition is going to be all about salads. So I don't know about y'all, but I love a good salad. And I don't mean using a salad as a diet food or as a punishment for a meal gone bad or a day gone bad or a week gone bad. I don't mean that. So I know a lot of people say, oh, I'm on a diet, I have to eat a salad. I love a good salad. And if you go back to the very first year or so, or like 6 months of If You Have an Egg. So if you go to IfYouHaveAnEgg.com and go back to the very beginning, I talked a lot about the big salad, and I would call it the big salad. I don't know if you remember this, but Elaine Benes on Seinfeld, during one episode, she's talking about the big salad, and she loves the big salad. I love the big salad. So it is not a punishment for me to eat a big salad, but salads are one of the diet go-tos that get a lot of people in trouble. So what does your ideal salad look like? I want you to stop and think, what if you just had the perfect salad, if it was exactly what you wanted it to be, if you've ever gotten one, somebody's made one for you, you've been through a salad bar and gotten one, which we can't do that anymore right now. But if you think about it, what does that look like? So I asked the people that were closest to me to help me out, and here's what I found out. So I asked Casey. Well, I asked Casey and John together, and it was funny how they bounced off of each other. But Casey's perfect salad is spinach, which is 0 smart points. And all the smart points I'm going to give you are purple, okay? Because I'm still trying to get back to purple so that I'm getting back to some real food. And if you want to know why I'm saying that purple is real food, there is a chat for that. Don't know the number, but you can go back and watch one of the 330. And I promise it's in the last 30, maybe. Okay. So Casey's perfect salad is spinach, which is 0 smart points, bacon bits, like in a bottle, bacon bits, 3 tablespoons are 2 smart points, shredded cheese, real shredded cheese, and a fourth of a cup is 4 smart points, sunflower kernels, 1 tablespoon is 2 smart points, and jalapeno ranch dressing, and the kind that she gets 2 tablespoons is 4 smart points. So that's a total of 12 smart points for Casey's ideal, for her ideal salad. She's like me. She does like a good salad out. Okay, John's perfect salad. One of these things I didn't know. I had no idea. Maybe John and I don't get salads when we're out. I don't know. But one of these things that is on his ideal salad, I had no idea about. So John's perfect salad is lettuce, 0 smart points, a hard-boiled egg, also 0, because remember, these are all purple, okay? A hard-boiled egg, 0 smart points. Cubed ham, I knew that one. 2 ounces is 2 smart points. Cucumbers, 0 smart points. He's also a big bacon bit fan. Bacon bits, 3 tablespoons, 2 smart points. Croutons, we both love a good crouton. 7 items, so 7 croutons, just 7, is 4 smart points. Don't know if you knew that or not. Tomatoes, 0 smart points. Chopped up peanuts. That one was another surprise. I didn't know about that. 1/8 of a cup is 3 smart points. Macaroni salad. When he put that on there, I was like, well, I don't understand. What do you mean macaroni salad? Apparently when he goes out to eat with the guys at work, he's been putting, like that deli style macaroni salad. He's been putting that on his salad. That's 1/4 of a cup is 4 smart points. And then Thousand Island dressing, like real Thousand Island dressing, 2 tablespoons is 5 smart points. So that's 20 smart points. That's, I'm sure, a delicious salad, but that's a perfect example of one of the salads that kind of gets us in trouble when we think salads are a diet food and just eat just a big salad. Okay. Then my perfect salad is butter lettuce, which I don't know. I just love butter lettuce. Butter lettuce, 0 smart points. Spinach, 0 smart points. Cucumber, 0 smart points. Mushrooms, 0 smart points. Tomatoes, 0 smart points. Hard-boiled egg, 0 smart points. So this is sounding like a pretty good track record, right? It goes downhill from here. Okay. Bacon, like bacon, not bacon out of a jar. Bacon, 1 slice is 1 smart point. Shredded cheese, 1/4 of a cup for 4 smart points. Croutons, remember, 7 items, 4 smart points. A fried chicken tender. I love me, especially a Publix fried chicken. If you've never had a chicken tender, a fried chicken tender from Publix, don't do it, because you're going to want them, okay? They're the best I've ever had. Anyway, a fried chicken tender, 1 chicken tender is 4 smart points, and they're not that big. And real ranch dressing, 2 tablespoons, is 5 smart points. So my salad was also 19 smart points. Okay, so those are our ideal salads. Okay, so for a smart point swap to work, you have to identify, remember, you have to identify the things you love, or love the things you love versus, you know, the things you just like, so that you can do some swaps here. So you can do some smart swaps. So I put an asterisk next to the items that were I'll let us each pick 3. So I'll let Casey pick 3, John pick 3, and I pick 3 that are, you have to have this for it to be a perfect salad. Excuse me, have to have these 3 things. So when you get the printed version of this from Jessica, when this prints on, probably tomorrow, usually it's like Tuesday, but when she posted on Tuesday, you'll see in the printed version that there is an asterisk next to the our top 3 things. So for the smart swap to work, you have to decide what you love. So each of us picked 3 things that we love, can't live without in a big salad, so that we could maybe do some swap outs on the things that we like. Okay, so on that list, what are we going to swap out? So what are we going to swap out for ideal salad? Okay, all 3 of us had at least 1 0-point food. So that was great, right? So we all started out with some kind of lettuce. And if you haven't seen this, I got a chance to go to Trader Joe's today. So it stunk because Karen couldn't walk, but I got to go to Trader Joe's. So some kind of lettuce, and you can chop it up yourself or you can buy it. But I love butter lettuce, and I get this kind at Trader Joe's when I get to go. It's butter lettuce with radicchio. I should know how to say that. You know, that kind, or spinach. So we all had, Casey, John, and I, all 3 had some kind of lettuce or spinach. So we all started out with, you know, with a 0-point food. So that's great. That's a great start. John and I like tomatoes. I don't just eat tomatoes, but I love tomatoes in a salad. So I got some tomatoes, another 0-point food. So we're doing great so far, right? Cucumbers, John and I love cucumbers. So I got some organic Persian cucumbers from Trader Joe's today. Another 0-point food. So we're on a roll, right? So all 3 of us so far have 0 smart points in our perfect salad. I like sliced mushrooms. Casey did not have this on her list, but I know she likes sliced mushrooms too. John would rather die than eat these. He doesn't have to eat them, okay? I just like them. So this is going to be going on my salad. So I got some mushrooms. So we have some 0-point things, but what do we do about the rest of it? Okay. The bacon bits. Bacon bits. So John and Casey both like bacon bits. Okay. They weren't terrible. It was not terrible. So there was, you know, 2 smart points. So we had, let's see how many smart points we had for everything. So the bacon bits themselves were not terrible, but 3 tablespoons was 2 smart points. And they're bits. I mean, they're out of a jar. So instead, I'm going to say, go ahead and make your favorite bacon. You can do the candied bacon recipe that we have on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. You could make some bacon in your air fryer. Make it your favorite way. Make it extra, extra crispy and crumble up 1 piece of bacon. It's going to be fresh. It's going to be delicious. And it's also only going to be 1 smart point. And if you get the right kind of bacon, some kinds of bacon, especially if you cook them in the air fryer, because all the fat drips off, a lot of the fat drips off of them, you could get 2 pieces of bacon, fresh bacon. Think about how much better that flavor is going to be for 1 smart point. So automatically we saved a smart point by getting rid of the, John, okay, John's watching Impressions de France, which is the little video from the France Pavilion. So I don't know why he's leaving to go watch that. Anyway, okay. So we saved 1 smart point there by switching from fakey in the jar bacon bits to real bacon. Then 1/4 cup of shredded cheese you could use, because they like real shredded cheese. You could either use light shredded cheese. I will never be using fat-free shredded cheese, but I do like Trader Joe's fat-free crumbled feta. And that is 0 smart points. So if you get a lighter shredded cheese, or do something like this, like the Trader Joe's fat-free feta, you could save up to 4 smart points by switching out to something like that. And remember, that wasn't on our love list. So if real cheese on your salad was on your love list, you're gonna need to swap something else out. Casey could use, instead of a tablespoon of sunflower seeds, she could switch to a teaspoon and still get some of that little bit of salty crunch, but she could save herself 1 smart point by doing that. On the cubed ham, or the fried chicken tender, I bought $20 worth of turkey tenderloin at Trader Joe's today, okay? So guess what we will be having in our salads this week? We will be having That Man's Turkey Tenderloin. If you've not ever had That Man's Turkey Tenderloin, again, there is a chat for that, and there's a recipe for that on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, but I'll be making that because on Purple, it's 0 on Purple. So John and I will be substituting for the cubed ham, or for the fried chicken, we'll be substituting That Man's Turkey Tenderloin, and we're going to save up to 4 smart points right there. Then for the croutons, we're going to swap out my ciabatta bread my ciabatta crouton recipe, and that is already on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com. But see, notice I got to do this because I went to Trader Joe's. We're going to swap that one out. And that, oh yeah, see, now John's back from the Impressions de France because I mentioned the That Man's Turkey Tenderloin. $20 worth. I bought $20 worth. Anyway, so we're gonna have a lot of That Man's Turkey Tenderloin. But the ciabatta crouton recipe that's already on IfYouHaveAnEgg.com, we're gonna save 3 smart points by making these. And again, they're fresh. So these are gonna be fresh. They're not gonna be stale in a bag, okay? Fresh ones, and they're gonna be good. Okay, and the most exciting thing, and I did not make it yet for tonight because we're gonna have, this is gonna be one of the videos that I'm going to be showing you throughout this week as we start to get back into this habit of these smart swaps. And I hope you did not jump off 4 minutes early, because if anybody can tell me what I'm going to be making, you get nothing. You don't get a prize. But and probably it won't be tomorrow. I think I'm going to be making it Tuesday morning. But I have this. So I have some limes, and I want y'all to shout it out if you know what I'm getting. If you know what I'm going to be making. Garlic, and in case you didn't know it, Trader Joe's has premium peeled garlic now, and they're in these little bags, and you can just mince it from here, and it's already peeled, and they're in little individual bags so that you don't have to use it all. Okay, so any guesses yet? No, this is going to be for part of the salad. Yes, and yes, candy bacon. But from these ingredients, cilantro. I have non-fat Greek yogurt, margaritas. No, Debbie. No, Debbie. No. We could make margaritas, but no. I have non-fat plain Greek yogurt in the refrigerator, and some almond milk. Jalapenos. Anybody? I know a couple of y'all have seen this because I've seen a couple of y'all share this. And no, MJ, not margaritas. Okay, I've seen a couple of y'all have already shared this. Okay, and I went to the Dollar Tree and got this specifically for it. So who has seen Pound Dropper's recipe? So Pound Dropper posted a recipe 2 weeks ago, and in case you all don't follow her, you've got to go over. Yes, Tay, it is a salad dressing. So I think it was 2 weeks ago, I don't know, 7 or 8 days ago. The Pound Dropper, it's just WW Pound Dropper on Instagram. Yes, Lynn, her jalapeno dressing. So she posted John said That Man's Mimosas. You're hilarious. No. So Pound Dropper posted a few days ago, she posted a, let me see, I'm going to try and say the right name. It is 0 point creamy jalapeno cilantro lime dressing. And she had it pictured in a little bottle, in a little carafe, just like this. So I went to Dollar Tree yesterday and paid, yes, $1. I paid $1 for this because I want mine to look exactly like her picture. It looked so good. But with this, Casey likes the jalapeno ranch dressing. I like ranch dressing. With these smart swaps, especially if Casey and I use this, it's okay. So with these smart swaps, Casey and I could still have our ranch or jalapeno ranch dressing. John could still use his Thousand Island dressing and just swap some other stuff out. Casey could keep her sunflower seeds if she wanted to, if she swapped a couple of other things out. And she could probably even add some crispy tortilla chips because she likes those too. But we could get our points down, And with everything that I'm swapping out and using Pound Droppers, jalapeno, lime, cilantro, whatever the dressing's called, it's creamy jalapeno, cilantro, lime dressing, and you'll have to go look at Pound Dropper to find this until I post it and link to hers. My salad will be down. So remember, it was 19 smart points. With these smart swaps, guess how many points it is? 2. It will be 2 smart points. Okay, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. I was so good at this. 23 years of experience until the last 2 years. Smart swaps out the wazoo. One of my best talents was the smart swapping, was figuring out, okay, so I still want it to taste the same, but I want this, and I can have this, and I could swap this for this. So I'm totally doing this, and we will be putting some more videos on IGTV this week. But yeah, I'm making Pound Droppers dressing. We're going to see how that goes, and MJ wants to know how spicy it is. I have no idea because I haven't tried it yet. And I love, and she even says in the recipe, if you don't like jalapenos or cilantro, that you don't have to use those. But it will be 2 points. And so Becky wants to know 2 points for how much. So Becky, I'll be doing the lettuce. So I'll be having my butter lettuce, the spinach, and I'm running y'all out of time. The butter lettuce, spinach, tomatoes, mushrooms, cucumbers, the fat-free feta cheese, and I'm going to get the name right. Oh, and the That Man's Turkey Tenderloin, a hard-boiled egg. And when I make it, because remember, this is going to be one of these videos for this week. So then we'll also have the Pound Droppers 0 point creamy jalapeno cilantro lime dressing. And boy, I hope she doesn't hear me. I hope she doesn't ever watch this and hear me struggle saying that whole name. But with all of that, 2 smart points. Super pumped, super excited. So stay tuned for the videos this week. I'm getting excited. I think John's on board. Pretty sure he's on board. Hoping he's on board. But yeah, we're getting back with it. So this is Smart Points, the salad edition. I've got a couple of others rolling around in my head that I think will be really good. But I hope you all enjoyed tonight. I hope you will join us next week. And I hope you will watch all week for the videos that we're going to do. I'll show you how to make the Pound Dropper dressing. I'll show you that in a video. I'll show you how John and I assemble our salads. And I'll show you how to do That Man's Turkey Tenderloin and everything else. Okay, so that is it. I hope you all have a wonderful evening, and thank you for all the hearts. Thank you, Barbara, very much. So thank you all for all the hearts. Thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for all of your support. Everybody have an awesome week. Yeah, Lynn says have a blessed week, and Lynn still is posting. Lynn and Karen Hapka are posting the cutest things over in our Facebook group. If you're not in our Facebook group yet, please go join. But remember to answer the 3 questions so I can let you in. If you're watching this later on YouTube, go ahead and let that next video roll over. And down here, if you haven't subscribed, why haven't you? Go ahead and subscribe and hit that little bell. So that you'll know when the next video comes up. And our super cute merch is over here at this button on Spreadshirt. But everybody have an awesome week. I cannot wait to see you next week. And Dusty is snoozing, so I'm not going to bother him and wake him up. Let's see. Oh, and Liz says videos all week. Yes, the videos will be over on IGTV. That's on Instagram. So, and I will try to see if I can share them onto the Facebook page. Phew. Okay, that was a lot. That was a mouthful. So everybody have a great evening and a great week, and I'll see you next time. Thank you.